We are live. We are direct with Aisha Latina. How are you doing?
I'm feeling fantastic.
And why are you feeling fantastic? It's Friday, but why else are you feeling fantastic today, sister?
Well, this was my best sales month ever. I closed 13K and I'm feeling so grateful. So I'm very happy with that.
Amazing. And it's been such a fantastic journey seeing you grow. And you really taken things to the next level in terms of your journey. So just explain a little bit in terms of what you do, so people can get that bit of context in terms of what you do, because you're getting great results for yourself and other people as well. So just explain, please.
Yes, so I help female coaches that have an expertise to sell their high ticket offer, focusing on the needle moving activities, which are to book calls and to close on the call using the visual whiteboard presentation.
Come on, show off the merchandise, sister. Come on. Show off the merchandise. Yeah, no, and I think ultimately the power has been with you implementing and embodying. And I think we're going to break it down into just the four elements that you have really shone using. And yeah, just break down how you've used these areas. So first of all, we say that without this, nothing works in organic marketing. So we're going to go through the first one. Why is attention key, and how have you got attention? Because you got a lot of attention over the last few weeks and months. Yeah.
Yeah, I can say so much about it, but for me, it was all about growing my audience and growing it with qualified leads, and also leveraging Facebook groups, so the audiences of other people, and just posting content that talks about the transformation, talks about my results, talks about my mindset, and really like getting intimate with the audience.
Okay, perfect. Because I've noticed that the quality of content that you've been doing is brilliant, and we mentioned sometimes business media over social media, so letting people know the transformation that you do, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. And for the next category, you've been a great inspiration, like to me, like with your no pitch DM like system. But tell me, in terms of booking calls, how has that become easier with the visuals, the voice notes, like just in general, like how has booking calls, how's that come about?
So it might sound a bit counterintuitive, but it's kind of to let go of the outcome of wanting to book a call and rather to show up as someone that wants to serve and help people move forward in their journey by showing competence and building trust. And the fun part about this is indeed using visuals in the DMs, right? Because that makes you stand out, that makes you gather their attention, which is so difficult to get nowadays. And it really builds that element of trust because you're also giving personalized value. So just combining all of that together and not pitching anything, but just offering a call as a continuation of what you're already doing in the DMs has been like key to booking calls.
Absolutely. So that's a key distinction you mentioned. So you're not telling someone to hop on a call as a gamble. Hey, I don't know if I'm going to be pitched by someone straight away, but it's more of a continuation of some of the value that you've got previously. Is that correct?
Yes, 100%.
Cool. And then next, we're going to look at maybe one of the main elements, and this is what it comes down to. How has the whiteboard method helped you to with sales?
Well, in different places. So first off, using
Yeah.
it in the DMs as the way that I am showing them the visuals. But then when they are at the on the sales presentation, using the whiteboard to just show them the roadmap, their vision, which is actually the most important thing I found, to tap into people's vision. And I really believe that that is what made this month so successful, to start at the vision and then the program comes, and also to help them solve problems. And what people always tell me is, wow, there's just so much structure to this, and I can clearly see all of the steps.
Okay, now that's extremely powerful. And I think the next step, because you've got some outstanding client results, how has the delivery, like in terms of, have you used it in the delivery, like of getting client results? Like how have you used it potentially in delivering results?
You mean the whiteboard?
Yeah, like the whiteboard ethos, the ethos of the whiteboard. Because
Right.
I believe the ethos of the whiteboard is scrapping information, stepping into implementation, insights, and identity, right? I think that's the whole ethos of it. So how
Yeah.
have you incorporated it? Yeah.
So I think we all know that learning happens best when you are actually like implementing things and like doing how the real scenario would look like, right? So the whiteboard can be used in delivery by giving people the opportunity to practice
Oh.
doing role play, right? And also
Ooh.
like taking the script, putting it on the whiteboard, and letting everyone create their own introduction message for the DMs, for example, and then actually going on and sending it rather than just information, like you say.
No, that's absolutely powerful. I mean, whilst we're on this, how did this happen? Like your client here, and it's quite funny. She actually wrote a message that I just read, and she said something along the lines of, "Look, Jay, if you hadn't had gone to San Diego, then maybe Aisha might not have gone to San Diego." So tell us a bit about that story, because yeah, it made me forget a little bit, because I just assumed that the client came. But how did that client come about anyway? In terms of what was the San Diego link? Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say, going to San Diego, it was for me, it was more about being in the element of, whoa, like I'm a serious business owner and I'm here to do business. And I remember that day, like I had a call before her, right? And then there was dinner and
Oh yes.
I didn't go to dinner because I was like, no, I have a call. And even though I was super tired, I still showed up and I still, served her. And she ended up becoming a client with the whiteboard again, serving. So I think it's a really beautiful story of how, yeah, the impact is made using the whiteboard.
Yeah, and I think it's really stepping in to the whole embodiment and kind of having fun and maybe looking at this. But I think for me, like one of the most touching moments of that whole trip was just being able to really, really embody the whole element of there's a mission behind what we're doing, and that mission behind what we're doing is bigger than making money, but it's actually helping people. Is that making sense? It's actually helping people, changing lives, like having that as a vision, like waking up thinking, hey, people are going to be able to pay their bills, people are going to be able to grow a business because of what's being done here. Is that making sense?
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
Yeah. So just really quickly, and I think this is quite a big thing that people don't often speak about. Why is there an avoidance when it comes to sales? Because I know you work predominantly with female clients, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So why is there that level of avoidance when it comes to sales?
I mean, there are so many points to answer this, but let's
Yeah.
go through a few of them. So,
Yeah.
the main thing I hear a lot of times is this confidence thing, right? It's kind of this belief of I don't feel confident, so I cannot sell. So, thinking that that is a necessary condition to sell. The other thing is that sales actually is kind of a mirror to your own internal world.
Wow.
And a lot of the times people are avoidant to deal with that because we are faced with rejection. And you
Ooh.
said it yourself the other day, right? Like the abandonment wound. Like it goes really deep because women are socialized to, be liked, to, you have to be the nice girl. And that means avoiding rejection, avoiding a situation where someone might say, great, but it's too expensive. I don't want to do it. And you having to step into that role of like, but is this really what you want? Is this your vision? People don't want to do that because it puts them in a position where potentially they might not be liked by people.
That is an extremely powerful way that you've broken it down. There's there's a chance that you might not be liked.
Yeah.
But it's like when you step into your vision and step into that full embodiment, then that's when it becomes less about yourself or the potential rejection and more, correct me if I'm wrong, more about how you can help people. Is that correct? Is that fair to say?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
It's really like the collective. It's about the collective.
It's about the collective, which kind of brings me on to some of the work that we shared over in California. And for me, this was an extremely important moment because it was a moment where we were able to join together. And I'm not sure if you saw it like this as well, but we were like, hey, sales is fun, sales is accessible to all. Like, tell me about this moment here where we had this element of a photo shoot and yeah, speak about this. Like, yeah.
First of all, I just want to say this was so much fun, right?
Yeah.
Because a photo shoot, like I know a lot of times like, oh, for branding, etc. But it's kind of like when like the embodiment part is there. It just feels so good to be on the beach on the other side of the world and talking about sales. That was that was so much fun.
Yeah, and it's almost as though you step into the character of, look, the great thing about the whiteboard is that you do it how you do it. You have your own systems, you have your own techniques, and you've made it your own. But it's the whole element of having that blank canvas, and then some people are going to use it and use pink. Some people use the whiteboard method and they might use Canva. I know that you've started to use different things as well. And so it's almost as though it's not a script, is it? It's a framework, right? And it's a way of life, correct?
Yes, principles.
Yeah, principles. And what are the main principles?
I would say the activation of the law of reciprocity is the main one, right? Because you're giving so much value that someone is like, whoa, let's continue working together. Yeah.
And it's the sort of feeling that if this is the value that's being given free of charge, I wonder what it's like when Aisha lets me into the doors of her paid program and things like that. And it's almost taken away the risk of this. Now, I want you to speak about this. This is something that is not often spoken about, but it's the whole element of this is a real thing. Investment trauma. Tackle that first of all, and really, please, this is a real thing in this industry, investment trauma, because people are not investing for the first time. So just explain your experience of how investment trauma comes up on calls and in the DMs and everything.
Yeah, so I would say that people have such a high resistance to, coaches and courses because of past investments they've made that maybe didn't deliver the results. And it's good to also put it into context. Like, we are coming from the era where marketing, copywriting, people would come out with like big claims and everybody was like, oh, my credit card, here it is. Like, let's do the program. And then they didn't learn any skills. They just got more information, right? So
Stop there. We have to stop there because I think skills is ultimately, could you go deeper on that, please? Because it's like you can focus on information and strategies, but why is skill so important? Come on, we have to go into this.
Yeah. So if we talk about you as a business owner and your responsibility being to generate revenue for your business, that implies as a coach two things. You know how to book calls and you know how to do the presentation and close people. Like, these are practical skills. It's just your hands and your thinking, like everything working together. That's what a skill is versus information. It's like, I have all the scripts in front of me, but I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm not in the energy of where I need to be, right? So that's like where most of the industry is. Like, telling people what to do rather than teaching them and taking them through the process and giving them feedback, etc.
Giving them feedback. And I think that's been such an important element, right?
Yes.
What makes the difference, like with the whiteboard method, like in terms of reducing that to allow people to heal from that investment trauma and to get the trust. Because correct me if I'm wrong, in order to move away from that trauma, people have to, like, first of all, heal, maybe sort of kind of see the bigger picture, and then begin to trust again. It's almost as though someone has broken up from their ex-partner and there's the trauma of falling in love again. So, hey, I may as well stay single. Otherwise, I might get hurt again, correct?
Yes. So from my experience, it's the co-creation aspect of it.
Okay.
And it's almost as though instead of me telling someone what to do, right? Of course, you are in the leadership role, but you're getting their input at every step of the way. And you're giving them the results before they pay you. So they already have, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I have to pay this person. And then I get in the program and it's kind of like I'm jumping into the unknown. But this is the opposite of that. It's kind of like it's already known, right? The first piece is solved. So it's all about implementing the rest of the pieces.
Okay, brilliant. I've got a question to ask you. I would love your insight on this. I'm asking this for selfish reasons. Why do some people have the best presentation? Like they've got everything. Like they've got the whiteboard, they've got their canvas sheet together, they've got everything, they've got an offer, but they don't take action. Like, I'd really like to have your insight on this because you're, of course, the polar opposite in terms of you work on your skills, you get the feedback. You're the best student I know. Like you're hungry, you show up, like all of the things. So tell me, on the opposite side of the spectrum, what makes someone not take that action?
A lot of answers to that, but the things I've noticed is a lack of like the inner drive. So a lot of people sometimes are driven by the external things like the money. Oh, I'm going to make money with coaching, or oh, I'm going to be seen as this person, but it doesn't really come from the inside. So that's one part of it. Like the motivator is not internal. The other part is the lack of like the energetic work.
Okay.
Okay.
What does energetic work mean to someone that doesn't know?
Okay, so it's really about the emotions that come into play because most people are kind of in the emotion of fear, in the emotion of lack, right? In the emotion of scarcity, in the emotion of I need to make the sale. And when you are there, everything is so exhausting, right? Like it's not fun to take the action and to sell because of the emotion. But when the emotion is of gratitude, of abundance, of purpose, that makes everything so much exciting. And then you can also practice detachment, which is huge in sales. So I would say the energetic part of it is what I see that's missing for a lot of people.
Okay, that is a very powerful answer. Moving on to that, how important is identity? Like, yeah.
So I would say, okay, so what I observe is people that want to be coaches, right? But then I ask, but why? And there's not really a compelling reason other than I want to be a coach. Okay, so when you come onto a market where the core of your business is to sell, but you see yourself as someone that kind of want to be a coach, or I just want to help people, etc. I want to help people with their purpose. That's not really the identity of a business owner, right? So identity for you to succeed, generate sales, is that I'm a business owner. I need to focus on the most important activities in my business, which is to generate revenue, booking calls, closing people, making myself visible, getting attention, like you say, right? And then just keep doing that rather than, oh, I sold and like people rejected me and I'm just gonna coach people for free or do these single sessions, right? So it's like, who are you? Are you like entrepreneurial business owner, or are you like someone that just wants to call themselves a coach?
100%. And I think we were speaking about this today, right? Like more people who are coming into the market, maybe helping women with sales. More people are looking into it. And then you were like, hey, Jay, look, there's no lack here, or there's no competition here. Why? Because there is a life cycle to everything. Like there's the uninformed optimism. Like someone comes in and goes, yes, I'm gonna make money from this. And then there's the informed skepticism. This is harder than I think. And when they have that informed skepticism, it's almost as though most people fall into the valley of despair. Let me try Facebook ads now. Let me try Instagram Reels now. Oh, I knew it was Aisha's fault. Like, yeah, I knew I couldn't trust her. Let me try something else now. Let me try another mentor and this and that. And that's where we get the whole shiny object syndrome from. Because it isn't the strategy, it's the avoidance. It's the avoidance of discomfort. And we can all become the coach that we want to become, but we can't avoid the rejection. We can't avoid the no's. We can't avoid the follow-up. We can't avoid the building of the audience, which is so key. And all of these coaches want to go full-time. They want to do it. Why were you able to go full-time?
Yes, so it's really this key principle that I embodied when I got my master's in entrepreneurship. And that is that the biggest assumption any business is making, right, is that people are going to pay you. So your job, if you're serious about it, is to de-risk that assumption as fast as possible. And the only way to do that is by prioritizing sales and generating revenue in your business. And what I observe with most people is this marketing first approach. Now, marketing is important, right? You have to get your name out there. But I think people are just over-engineering everything. They're over-engineering the messaging. Everyone is yelling messaging, right? But the thing that actually gets you paid is being able to book calls, doing the presentation, closing, and collecting the cash. So I prioritize those things and increasing my skills there. And now I'm like, okay, let's think about the marketing. Let's think about other things because there's money coming in, etc. So it's really prioritizing sales before marketing.
Wow. Sales before marketing. I've never really heard it broken down like that, but it's almost as though, correct me if I'm wrong here, the best form of sales is coaching or not. Is that the best form of sales?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then what people need to differentiate is that what differentiates selling and closing, and how does the whiteboard method help with closing? Differentiate the two, because the two are complete different animals. Yeah.
Okay, so selling is really getting someone to admit to themselves that, yes, this is what I need to get to that goal that I have. Okay, but closing is the part where you get the cash on the call, right? Which is to like get the commitment of the person. And if they have objections, to tackle those objections, finding a solution around how to potentially collect the money, and honestly not backing down.
Brilliant. And sometimes, and this is where we kind of go into the whole element of perceptions, it might be seen to be aggressive to like hold your ground, or not hold your ground, but hold people accountable to their vision, hold people accountable to their identity, hold people accountable to their tribe who they're not helping because they're not visible.
Yeah.
Why is it not a bad thing to hold people accountable? And
well, again, as I said, being a business owner means that you are responsible for generating revenue in your business. And a part of it is holding people accountable to their vision, because ultimately we are not selling our program. Our program is just what fills the gap from where they are to actualizing their vision.
Very, very powerful. So before we shoot off, we still got a little bit of juice left in this interview. Want to share this? Want to share the whole element of this Canva sheet, because it's not all whiteboard work. Briefly explain how this has helped you in the process of selling, being able to have, number one, okay, let's break this down. Telling your personal story about, moving from unaligned, like scarcity thinking to stepping into the breakthrough, which was the no pitch visuals. What's the power of telling the story of this and the wins and having it visual? Has there been a difference, or like, yeah.
Absolutely. So obviously the visual component is something that connects much deeper rather than me telling someone the story, right? Like they're not going to retain that information. The other part of it is the part where someone feels seen and heard, because a lot of the times where they are right now is where we used to be, right? So when we tell the story of our struggle and then we overcame it, they feel seen and heard, as well as trust us that we are able to help them bridge that gap.
Okay, perfect. And so it's like, once you are able, like, what did this do for you in terms of getting your first client? Like, what did it do for you? Yeah.
So when you scroll through, you can see all of the pillars of my offer, right? So then it shows people like, hey, if we work together, these are the steps that you are.
Oh, okay. This is so well laid out.
Yeah.
This is really powerful, actually. Yeah. This is really powerful. Yeah.
Here is because we are giving them results in advance. For example, with the offer, right?
Yeah.
They can see like, whoa, I already did step one. So it's all about the next steps.
Perfect. And then you go through like your student who hit 10K in 30 days, like from scratch. And is it that they see results like this and they think, hey, look, this is something that I can do? Like
100%. Like these results are very important to show.
Yeah, this is so well. It's almost like a movie. Like it's just filling me with hope and things like this, which is the power and things. Really powerful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anything on your mind that you want to share? I think we've gone through quite a lot, but before we start to wrap up, is there anything that you'd like to share with the people in terms of your progress and everything like this, and anything you want to share?
Well, I want to say that confidence is not necessary for you to start selling right now. All you need is to tap into courage, right? Like just embracing the uncomfortable. And it's only for a short amount of time. Because if you are really in it for the long term, right, the part of learning how to sell, sure, it might be uncomfortable at first, but you should welcome that. Because ultimately, that's the thing that's going to sustain you to bring in 13K months as well for you and your family if it's freedom that you want.
I love that power. It's looking at this sales element being something that will feed you for your life and things like this. So let's just have a little role play here just to see how on point you are here. So yeah, and so ultimately you're going to pitch me your no DM system and we'll see how you deal with each of these objections. So pitch me your program.
Yeah, it's 5K for.
Look, I absolutely love your program, but just at the moment, it's too expensive.
No worries at all. Based off of what you've seen, why is this the best program for you to get to 10K?
Well, because you're getting great results, and I love your teaching style.
Yeah, so why would it be the best process then for you to get to 10K?
Best process because I love the fact that you focus on how to add value in the DMs, and the value in the DMs books the call. So it takes away the uncertainty of when do I pitch the person. It's when do I add value to the person.
Mm-hmm. And what about me? Like, why would I be the best person?
Look, you're hardworking, you're fun, and really I've enjoyed connecting with you. Yeah.
And what about you? Like, are you interested or committed to leaving your 9 to 5?
I'm committed.
Okay, and do you believe that with this offer that we crafted for you, that you can sell that for 5K?
100%.
Okay, given that, would you be open to, exploring some creative ways of collecting the money?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, does a credit card work for you?
No limits there.
Okay, what about, do you have any family or friends that believe in your vision?
Actually, my uncle Mike might be able to help me. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So how about we call Uncle Mike and me, you can set up a follow-up call and you can tell Uncle Mike, I'll pay you like an extra 5%.
Perfect. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love that. Cool. Next one. You don't have to isolate though for these next ones.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Tell me the price of your program. Yeah.
That's 5K, yeah.
Look, this is good, but I'm just about to go to Mexico for a month. So can we circle back when I'm back from Mexico? So like I've not got other things on my mind.
Yeah, it makes sense. What are you going to Mexico for?
I'm going for a business retreat actually. So yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So just checking here with you, right? Like, would you rather, have an extra 10K with you while you're on that retreat, or do you want to, wait another month before you get to that amount?
Wow, that's a great point. I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. I would much rather sort of kind of take action on the way to making that happen sooner rather than later. But I'm just concerned I might be distracted while I'm over there for a month, so I might not get the full benefits of the course.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And what I've seen with my students that get to 10K in the first month is that they're spending 1.5 hour a day to book calls and do the calls. So just checking here, like, do you see yourself as the type of person that would spend 1.5 hour to, get to your dream of buying yourself a property in Nigeria?
Yes, that would be great actually to do.
Okay, cool. So how about we get you onboarded
Yeah,
before
let's
you
make it
go?
happen. Cool,
All
cool,
right.
cool, cool, cool. Clicks. Yes, I think it's being ready to say, hey, okay, yes, you are going on holiday. Yes, your wife is having a baby, or yeah, like you are. Like it's not. There's no perfect timing, but if we could get the result in the next 30 days, which forces us to have a simple process that allows people to kind of get to that result very, 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 very quickly. Okay, we'll take two more. This is a good one. I love this one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5,000.
I have a mentor already. Like we've been working together 1 month. So that program ends in 5 months. Come and see me then.
Yeah, I mean, of course you have a mentor, right? Like you are an entrepreneurial coach, you always want to get better. And what I see also is that you don't have to choose, right? So
Oh,
it's possible to have more than one mentors.
oh.
So how does that mentor right now help you with your goal to like the 10K?
Well, it's going okay, but maybe I'm lacking in the whole area of selling. I think it's good in terms of the messaging, but I'm a bit nervy when it comes to closing the deals and in the DMs. I'm a bit nervy.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And it's possible for you to work with them on messaging, and even better because then in this program we can really go deep in sales. So would you rather, have messaging working like inbound demand and being able to close, or wait, another 5 months before you can close those people?
No, that makes complete sense. No, that makes complete sense. Um, I'd rather sort of kind of have that sales element. I know November, you mentioned November is one of the biggest opportunities for coaching income. People are thinking of 2025. So I
Yeah.
don't want to wait until 2025. I want to make my move now. So yeah, that makes complete sense.
All right, let's go.
Brilliant. And the last one,
Okay. What do you need to think about specifically?
yes. I just need to think about. I'm not sure whether I'm gonna get the support. And I don't work best in group coaching because it's just like I don't get the support, and I just need to think, yeah, about whether I'm gonna get the right support or not. I'm afraid, yeah, I've had bad experiences before.
Okay, you know what? I completely understand. And I've also had bad experiences before. But, in dating as well, like, do you let a bad previous experience like stop you from finding your dream partner?
Now that's a fantastic point you make. It's a good point you make.
Yeah, and you told me your vision is to invest back in your business, to be able to leave the 9 to 5, right? If you think about that person that you want to be, like, what would they do in this situation? Would they, like, this program is gonna work for you? You said the process is good because of role play, right? would you rather like do that or not do the program and potentially not be able to leave your 9 to 5 and actualize that vision?
No, you're a very wise woman. Thanks for talking about the vision, and people are wanting me to perform, and I need to step into courage, step into faith. Okay, no, I've changed my mind. I'm ready to go.
Okay, let's go.
Brilliant. Clicks for Aisha in the cyber building. But I think the power of that, as we say, because some people sometimes say, hey, Jay, look, I'm not ready. I wasn't ready to sell right there. Or that. But it's like, ultimately, look, you thought that you were going to come on and just maybe like it's on the spot, right? And so if you're able to perform right now, you're able to perform anywhere, correct? Like, and that's the importance of role play. It doesn't matter where we are, right?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Powerful. Tell them how they can get in contact with you, what you offer. Like, you know, people might want to sort of kind of reach out, maybe work with you. So tell them a bit about how they can get in contact with you. And yeah.
Yeah, so you can find me on Facebook, Aisha Latina, and you can either directly book a discovery call with me, or if you're not really sure yet, we can also have a conversation in the DMs if you want to have a no pitch DM experience.
No DM experience.
Yes, if you want to try it first from your perspective, like just send me a DM, and yeah, I offer support on different levels, so there is an option for everyone.
I really love the fact that you do that, by the way, like you've got different products, because you can't just have one product, can you?
Yeah, that's a big realization that I've had lately.
Yeah, because some people might want to get the trust, as they say, and push forward. And yeah, last thing, what if anyone's thinking about potentially working with Jay and potentially like focusing on the whiteboard method? Like, what would you say to anyone potentially thinking of like working with the whiteboard method specifically?
Just do it. Jay is an excellent mentor. Jay is super passionate about providing results for his students. And yeah, it's honestly the best investment decision that I made. And it helped me to grow into my sales skills. So.
Perfect. Aisha Latina, has been an absolute blessing to see your growth, to see you really step into your power. And it's been an epic interview, podcast, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
And wishing you all the success on the next steps.
Thank you.
Amazing. Coolio. Amazing. Bye, guys.
Bye.